remember, in this first round, these athletes are being drafted for at least 2 seasons.
Yes. When you think about Guy Curry, this is really the first athlete, and I know Arissa's mom is Japanese, but this is the first super regionally specific athlete. He obviously reps Brazil everywhere he goes. This is going to be extraordinarily popular with the fans in Sao Paulo.
I also love that just outside of Tom, these are all kids that we've watched grow up from like junior high school to now being in their young adult, like, I'm here to take over phase.
He's still only 17. He's still a kid to us.
Enough of us. Amy is with Guy.
Now, we have to say, first and foremost, the fit is all-time, but you have just been drafted to your home team. What does it mean to be going back home?
It's an honor. I'm so excited to stay in home as well. And there's a lot more to come. And the fit worked. And I just want to thank Bob Burnquist as well for choosing me. And it's going to be amazing.
What are you going to bring to Bob's team in terms of spirit?
For sure, I'm going to bring that Brazilian hype, the Brazilian heart as well. And it's just amazing, yeah.
I think Bob has chosen a strong pick. Brazilian heart. I heard it, I can feel it, I've got goosebumps. That's what we're here for.
You, Amy, you know that Tony Hawk, who Guy Curry rides for, is for Birdhouse Skateboards, is sitting there smiling.
Think about that. Tony Hawk and Bob Burnquist.
Right.
You know, sometimes that cliche, it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than that. And Guy Curry has that at his disposal. And as you said, he's probably not even 50% of the way of where he's going to be. And to still be a teenager, my.
I didn't really even think about that fact, but like, yeah, he's 17.
The door is just opening for that young man.
The second pick, the 5th pick for Sao Paulo is in, and I believe this pick has to be a woman.
In the Moonpay X Games League draft, Sao Paulo selects Sky Brown.
Oh my God!
For Bob Burnquist.
Bob just coming through with the left right combo. Bow, bow.
Powerhouses Salema to go Guy and Sky back-to-back. Sky Brown, 17 years old, 3 X Games medals, 2 of them gold. There's been some injuries there. There's also been some time in the ocean. She's an incredibly accomplished surfer.
I mean, this is
her focus clearly now skateboarding front and center, park and vert.
Yeah, this is a young woman who was on the qualifying series in the World Surf League last year, getting a 3rd place at Bolito. That's points that were moving her towards being on tour, and we weren't sure which she was going to pick. She's now clearly made the statement, at least for the next few years, skateboarding is going to be her main focus. She's on the same team with Guy Curry. Bob Burnquist is the manager. He could not have executed a better one, too.
You mentioned her X Games medals. She also holds 2 bronze medals in the Olympics for Paris and Tokyo, and she also finished big last weekend at the Worlds.
Sky.
Yeah. And if I'm thinking about, from a marketing standpoint, 1.3 million followers on Instagram also doesn't hurt. Sorry, I stepped on you there, bro.
Also merch sales.
But Sky Brown really hit the ground running on the X Games stage in Park, and it was like, oh, wow. The future of park skateboarding is Sky Brown. And then she battled some injuries, and we actually didn't see her on X Games stage for a couple of years. And the rivalry that we've seen between she and Arissa True in this discipline has been absolutely outstanding to watch. I can't wait to see it, and I believe she is with Amy.
We are here, we are vibing. Sky Brown, congratulations. You have just been drafted at X Games League. What are you going to bring to your new team?
Bring some medals, hopefully. I'm super stoked to be picked by Bob in Sao Paulo. I mean, love Sao Paulo. I was just there and became world champ, so super special. But yeah, I just want to bring excitement and joy and some medals.
And now talk to me about your skating. What can we expect to see from you in this team event coming up very, very shortly?
Power, style, just I want to bring as much as I can. So we're going to see some very big moves, hopefully.
Love it. Big moves, power and style. Sky Brown, a massive congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's on the rest of the team.
This is insane. I heard you guys. I said, you know what? I'm going to scare the crap out of them like they did
Seems like a lot of effort.
I'm literally lying down. You want to put on heels?
Already got them on.
What's out there?
Man, I noticed.
Cyberman. This is the beginning and the end.
I wonder what we've done this time.
Doctor!
Make your last move, Doctor. Make your last move.
Escape into a world of endless beauty. Escape into a world of endless beauty. And travel to faraway lands. With Stingray Naturescape, your window to the world.
Which one we were doing earlier?
I was literally going to reference Power and Style, and then Sky was like, "I'll do it myself." So and that's what when people talk about her throughout skateboarding, and I'm talking about the greats. It's like there's no better combination across the landscape, men or women, of power and style. Maybe Tom Shar, but she's on par when in park.
And just to put a button on that, her surfing is always on display when she hits the park. Her style, to me, is better than anyone else in women's skateboard park.
You saw that in that B-roll. I mean, that front side bone out 360 that she does, she just kind of flat spins out going over the box.
Yeah.
That is absolute money.
Very, very cool.
Right
also
there.
a DJ, so should be good for team morale. No BMXers picked as of yet.
That is interesting. We may see that change here. To your point, you said that Bob had to pick a female athlete. Whatever you pick in the first round, the next round you have to alternate. So you pick a female, you have to pick a male, and vice versa. So
all right,
Tokyo, this will be a male athlete.
With the 6th pick in the Moonpay X Games League draft, Tokyo selects Sora Shirai.
Wow! I gotta be honest with you.
Didn't see it coming.
I love this pick. Sora is so good. 3 X Games medals in just 4 appearances, but we've only really seen him at X Games in Japan. I believe he's done 1 domestic one, so methinks if you're making this investment, especially this early in the draft, you're anticipating him skating at all of the events. Technical wizardry.
Yeah,
the way I best describe
that frontside cap 270 is ridiculous. Cap 270 back tail. I mean, yeah, he is a tech wizard. Best trick you think of him immediately as vying for a possible medal?
Yeah, Salema, the last time we saw him, which was in 2024 in Chiba, winning that gold, there were a lot of talented skateboarders, a lot of household names in that contest, and he was far and away the best. Now, we've seen that Japanese talent, whether it be Yuto or a Jinwoo. Sora is in that line. He's 24 years old, but still, I think his best skateboarding, his best competitive skateboarding is still in front of him.
To your point about that 1 domestic appearance, you got to go back to US Bank Stadium. We saw him for the first time, 2019 Minnesota, and that was a street bronze.
We see a shot of the winningest medalist at X Games, Nigel Houston, who is still on the board.
This is fascinating.
As well as our Willie. I mean, Ryan Williams probably has more
We haven't seen a BMXer come off the board yet.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. I would have thought by now our Willie or Kevin Peraza would have heard their names called. But to your point, Nigel Houston, I mean, you're talking about prime LeBron James, truly street skates GOAT, sitting there. I did not expect him to not have heard his name called yet.
I never thought that I would ever say this. And look, someone's going to pick him. He's not getting left off the board. But Nigel Houston, being 31 years old, suddenly, a kid that we literally watched grow up at X Games from around 12, 13 years of age, is, compared to these young kids, I mean, he's still taking it to them, but it leaves the question of longevity in this 2-year cycle, especially with skateboarding. This guy's coming off of perhaps one of the worst street slams we've ever seen. He was concussed 5 weeks ago, somehow is skating in the PSL, but the injuries start to add up. He's had the wrist, he's had the knees.
That's totally fair, but also, again, we have to consider all the criteria that each of these GMs are looking at, right? With Nigel Houston, you have the resume. No one's better in the history of X Games in street skateboard discipline than Nigel Houston. He's still a threat every single. We're less than a year. We're 2 years removed from his last gold medal, right? And he goes head to head with whoever he's competing with. But also, you talk about the popularity. You talk about the social reach. You talk about everything he brings to the table.
Someone's picking him for sure. A pick is in LA.
With the 7th pick in the Moonpay X Games League Draft, LA selects Liz Akama.
Wow. Liz Akama and Tom Shar on the same team for LA.
17-year-old Liz Akama, owner of 6 X Games medals, yet to find that gold, but she wins everything else. And I just think she's as good as it gets in women's skateboard street. She's had some epic battles with Chloe Cavell, and I still think the best is yet to come from this 17-year-old.
Let's not forget the fact that she won silver at the Olympics in Paris in 2024.
First at Street League in Vegas in October of last year as well.
We didn't see her last summer at X Games due to an ankle injury, but she's just so consistent in a discipline that demands it. I think she is neck and neck with Chloe when you talk about consistency. So I think this is a really special talent. And again, the teenage youth movement continues out here. We talked about Nyjah and our Willie sitting there, and I'm seeing a lot of teenagers getting their names called here early in this draft.
You mentioned that ankle injury, that Street League win in October of last year. That was the first contest back after that ankle injury.
You know, and she's talked about what an honor it is for her to be at X Games and what it would mean to one day win a gold. And Hayes, Charlie Hayes, and the manager of Los Angeles, talked about how she wanted athletes with that type of mindset. Like, does this mean more to you than all the other things that are taking place in action sports? You know, we're here talking about this draft, but these athletes are competing in other leagues. They're filming video parts. There are so many strains amongst them. I think the big question for a lot of these managers is, and even when we talk about Nyjah, is can this be your main priority?
That's the thing. You look at all of the events within your sport, within your discipline that go on throughout the course of the season. You have to factor in stress, the travel, the jet lag for some of these events, because truly this is a global spectrum these days. And then on top of that, the injuries. You have to look at everything. There's so much that goes into this.
They want hungry dogs. Who's out there that wants it and it's got that appetite for, I want to compete in every event, I want to win every event. But remember, we can get into the format throughout this broadcast. Winning is great, but getting those points, especially if you have multiple starts and you're in multiple disciplines, matter just as much.
That's a conversation you brought up yesterday about Bryce Wetstein.
Yes.
It's like, hey, you've got someone out here that competes in one event, and they're pretty good block for the podium, but then you have someone like Bryce who's across the board, and she's in that consistent spot. You know she's going to get points, and with multiple disciplines, she's a lock to get you those points, and you know that it's going to come at every event.
Yeah, if I was a manager, Bryce Wetstein is someone who I would pick up because she's good for 4th through 6th in pretty much every event. You got her in park, you have her in vert, best trick in both. Not to mention the mood and vibe.
Possible
butterfly wings. All right, the last pick of the first round is about to be in with New York.
With the 8th pick in the Moonpay X Games League Draft, New York selects Nyjah